Hey guys, and welcome to an F1 2015 challenge. Now this challenge today is we're going to be driving as Lewis Hamilton around Canada, and we're basically going to be a lap down from the start, and then we're going to try and then unlap ourselves from the leader and see how close we can get to winning the race. So we're going to go straight into it now, and hopefully we'll have no crashes, no front wing losses, anything like that, because that would really jeopardise our race plan. But here we are, sat on the grid, ready to go. We're going to load up the Canada setup because, of course, there's no qualifying. And literally all we're going to do off this start line is just like rev up the car and just go like 2 miles an hour from the start. And you'll see here we're just revving up, ready for the start. And then we just slow right down and let basically everyone pass. And now we've just got to sit and wait for Rosberg, probably, who's going to be the leader, to come back round again. And then we'll see if we can overtake him sharpish. And as you'll see here, actually, right in front of us, Maldonado, in typical Maldonado style, has crashed at the first corner, and it looks like he's lost his front wing. But we're skipping on to what is effectively the second lap now, and Rosberg's overtaken us, so we're going to start revving up the engine, go as fast as we can, and see if we can catch him up quick enough, because the thing is, we have to catch him up quite quickly, or else we could end up with a penalty for ignoring a blue flag. So yeah, we need to catch him up as fast as we can. We're flying through the corners here and maybe just outbraking ourselves a little bit there, a bit of understeer, but we'll carry on nonetheless. And it's actually a bit surprising how far Rosberg pulled away there. We're cutting on to the end of lap 2, lap 3 effectively, and we're going up the inside of Rosberg, who's got a poor exit through there, and we've unlapped ourselves. And now we need to really push as we skip all the way to lap 12 now, and we're actually onto the back of Roberto Merhi. So it took, what, 10 laps to actually overtake someone. We've overtaken Roberto Merhi. We've completely torn through the tyres now, and we're skipping on to lap 15 now. Coming up to the back of Marcus Ericsson, taking into 18th. We dive it up the inside, outbrake ourselves, but I think we just push him out wide with us. So I think we should keep the position here. Yeah, we just about keep it. And now lap 16, just coming through the first sector, we've caught up to the back of Will Stevens. His car's all over the place. We're going to duck it up the inside here. We're getting mighty close to the wall there. And I think then we're just going to hold it around the inside, come into the apex and get him. And now we're coming up to Jenson Button into the second sector, and we've taken him up the inside there. He's run really wide through there. Now Maldonado, the man that had the crash at the first corner, who else than Maldonado? We're flying up his inside here. We've got the slipstream, we've just flown past with DRS. So now we're up into 15th, and only 23 laps in. We could be up to 14th here, and yes we are. We're actually flying up the field. I'm doing much better than I thought I would. And we're coming up to Perez now, and we're just poking it up the inside and getting right up the back end of Sainz. And Perez is still there, so we need to look out for him. We're going to get DRS off Sainz, and this could be quite scrappy because we could end up going 3 wide through this final chicane. Perez is taking the outside line. He's going up the wall. Now he's cut to the inside, taking the inside line. He's still there. He's really made us go wide. We've had to cut the chicane because there's just not enough room for 2 cars. We've now got DRS and we're going to try and take Sainz. We're in the slipstream, but we're not really closing in much. But we're going to dive up the inside, and we've made contact with him, but we've just about got past. I wasn't very impressed with that overtake. But at this point I was getting a bit frustrated because I wasn't overtaking many people. We make contact with Hulkenberg there as well. And now we could overtake Grosjean to get back into the points after 27 laps. We're not even halfway through this Grand Prix on legend difficulty, and we are back into the points after being a lap down. Now on to lap 29, coming close to the pit stops now. Just pushing ourselves up the inside and NASA there, but he's going to hold it around the outside. But no, we've got past him, and now we're coming up to Roberto Merhi. We're already lapping him. Lap 12 we were overtaking him, and now lap 30 we've lapped him. So he's not having a good race. Now we're going to try and take it round the outside, which leads to the inside over Verstappen. We should just about hold this. He runs wide and we close the door on him. Yep. And now it looks like we're going to come into the pits on our scheduled pit stop time of lap 32. We've got Kvyat ahead of us. He's around 3 seconds ahead of us. So maybe we could get the undercut on him because he's decided to stay out for another lap. But we're going to go out of the pits and hopefully get a nice run on the lap. And we'll see if we can overtake Kvyat, undercut him. He's coming out of the pits now. We've overtaken him for now, but we've got to slow right down for this corner, and he doesn't, of course, because he's on the pit lane exit, and it's going to be mighty close. There he is on the side of the screen, and we've just squeezed ahead of him. So we've done the undercut on Kvyat, and now we've got to chase down Ricciardo, who's an absolute mile away, as we lap Will Stevens. He gets a really poor exit out of the chicane. And we'll see what the gap is to Ricciardo, and it is 12 seconds, so now we really need to push. We're going to rip through these tyres to catch up to Ricciardo. And the gap's now 10 seconds, and each lap we're just eating away at the gap by about 2 seconds. So yeah, 8 seconds now. On to lap 38, we'll see what the gap is now. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. 1 second. And now we're coming up to the back of him here on the back straight on lap 42. We're going to hopefully get a better exit than him off the chicane. We get a much better exit. He gets a slap of oversteer, and we're going to go easily round the outside, which then leads to the inside. We could even turn across if we wanted. Now we're coming to lap Maldonado. Easy enough, just going round the inside. And he doesn't hold up too much of a fight. And now we're coming up to the back of Bottas, and Perez has been a blessing in disguise. He's holding up Bottas an absolute treat. We're getting in the slipstream. We're trying to go up the inside, and Bottas has overtaken Perez sharpish to try and stop us from overtaking him. But now we've dived up to the inside of him on the hairpin, but Bottas is going to come back at us. You see him just poking his front wing in there. He's squeezing me up the wall. Now hopefully with DRS we could take him, but he's got DRS as well because of Perez, of course. We're going to get into the slipstream, then go back up the inside, hopefully outbrake him. We just about outbrake him. He decides to pull out of it because he's clever and doesn't want to cause a crash at this chicane. Now we're coming up to Massa. We're in 5th place in lap 51. We dive it up the inside of Massa. We might just hold it, but he's got plenty of room to come back at us, and the outside line, of course, who's going to have better traction. He shuts the door immediately on us. We're going to go onto the DRS, into the rich mix. Not really in his slipstream yet, but I'm sure we'll pull in on him closer to the end of this straight. He goes really slow into the braking zone, and we have to dive it up the inside to avoid going right inside him. And now we're coming up to the back of Rosberg, who's 3rd position, so we're on for a podium here on lap 53, and I don't know if Rosberg's got a problem because he's really struggling for pace. You'll see there that Hulkenberg, a lap car, was keeping up with him. We just poke it up the inside here on Rosberg, and again he's going to probably outpace us on the outside line. But I think we could have him, and I think we could be on for a podium on lap 53. We're going to have DRS, the slipstream, and we're just going to, yeah, cruise straight past him, and we have got a podium position in hand. In lap 53, after being a lap down, we've already unlapped ourselves and then passed the original driver that lapped us in the first place. I think that is pretty awesome. You'll see here, we've got a pretty big gap between us and Raikkonen. Yeah, about 6 seconds, so we're going to again have to rip through these tyres to try and close the gap. We've got it down to about 3 seconds over, closed about 2 seconds on him on that last lap, so that was pretty decent. And now the gap is down to 1.8 seconds, so we really are closing him now. And here we are, Raikkonen in front of us. We dive it up the inside, and this time we decide to pinch him up against the wall, so we can't defend. Rev it up early, but he's going to be in the slipstream. He's going to go to the outside line. He's deciding to take me around the outside, which is a bold move. We're going to have the DRS. He's outpulling us, which is quite interesting. We touch wings and tyre there, but we dive it up the inside with the better line, and we've made the overtake, and we're up into 2nd place here. Now it's Vettel in front. He's 7 seconds ahead, and I'm starting to think we could do this. The gap's 4 seconds on the 64th lap. We could really do this. We could overtake Sebastian Vettel to win this race. Here he is on the back straight. We're in the rich mix. We've got DRS. We're going to see if he gets a decent exit off here. He gets a slap of oversteer, but so do we. We've got DRS though. We're in the slipstream. We're going to go round the outside. He's got the inside line. He's not putting up much of a fight, and we've taken him. On lap 66, 4 laps to go, we have taken the lead of this race after being a full lap down. That is just absolutely crazy. On to lap 68, we're still in the lead. We've made contact with Stevens there after trying to lap him. That was a bit of a worry. But I just can't believe it. We're going to come on to the final lap here, and we're going to be winning this race. Now I think at this point I'm thinking, yeah, the tyres are in decent nick, so I'm going to really push the car and see if I can set the fastest lap on the final lap. So I'm going to leave you with the game audio here, and my lap, and let's see how I do. So, coming through the third sector, with purple still, so we could be on for a fastest lap. Purple in first two sectors, and this third sector isn't very difficult, it's just a straight and a chicane, so hopefully if we can nail the chicane, we could be on for a fastest lap on the final lap too, which, considering we've done 38 laps on these tyres, that really isn't bad. We nail the exit, and we're coming through onto the final straight, and we're going to win the lap down challenge. What an extraordinary race, guys. I'm so shocked that we're able to win the race after being a lap down. And if that doesn't deserve a like, guys, I don't know what will. But make sure you do leave a like and subscribe for more challenges like this. But until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.